Do this real quick. Okie dokie. Do this real quick too. Some of that debris bullshit out of that. Fuck, this is doing open for. Right out to the side. Beat teeter. These goofy dogs. Ugh. Fucking sucks. Definitely feeling way better than yesterday, but god damn, dude, this runny nose shit is annoying. Ay, ay, ay. At least I feel better today, but besides that, like, ugh. Just nasty. And honestly, all in all, pretty decent, productive, little good day today, too. I actually have a little bit of an interesting story on my way back here that was weird and almost kind of like, what the fuck? And almost kind of felt like I had to step into a situation that, you know, could have gotten pretty crazy, but didn't. Though I feel like it, you know, probably escalated, but later, you know, so I don't know, but either way, still, good day. Oh, come on, motherfucker. Ugh, still have a little bit of Sheem Schwetz in. Trying to grind this one, it's a little sticky. Don't help. Ugh, there we go. Just put that up there. Ooh. I'm feeling the stare of a veto right into my soul, and I don't like it. I know he's gonna do something here in a minute. Be like, give me attention, please, man. This little Jazz is kind of being in all lonesome because she's a weirdo. I love this little look where she gives, where she's just kind of looking off like this, but she just stares at you down. She's like, she has this silly looking like grump face, and it's just adorable. Just got 2 ounces for $36, a half ounce. That doesn't make sense mathematically. Wait, so... Oh, wait. Are you saying they're $36 a half ounce? Or, like, there's $36 altogether, but it was... you worded that weird. I'm just gonna be blunt. You kind of worded that a little weirdly. Just a smidge. 144 in total. Jesus. I think it's just because y'all just smoke more than I do, but, bro, you want to know how much an ounce costs me and my friend? $35 in total. One of them was $20 for a half-o, and the other one was $15 for a half-o. And that's just for 1 ounce, so that's way cheaper than that. I feel like you're getting a little... It's not terrible, but I feel like you are getting a little gypped. Unless you just refuse to get anything unless it's a certain quality. This percentage. One of them is literally just called a gas face, and it is 22.6%, and the other one is apples and bananas, and that one is 27%. I usually pay $300 an ounce. Well, you should be more okay if our prices up here with $35 to $40 an ounce. Under 25. Plenty of weed that is. I mean, one of them is 22.6, but it's still fucking dank. I mean, I'm sure you can at least make an exception for something that might be like 22.6. Delivery? We don't have delivery here. At least not that I'm aware of. I just walk in and buy it and walk out. And also, like, they're everywhere. Like, you just have to know which ones have the good deals, and you might have to trek a little farther for them, but not really by much. Also learned the app I use for weed delivery, Leafly, is owned by Peter Thiel. Wow. I didn't know that. Well, that sucks. You know what also sucks is that my nose has been running all fucking day today. It's been driving me nuts. That just means that whatever I had is mostly gone now. It's just my body just getting it out. And it literally all was all up in here in my throat. Because it's all just like daggone funk. And then just shit in here. Just like, ugh. It's just been driving me fucking nuts. It's ridiculous. Ugh. Him and Elon running it together? Well, because Peter Thiel and Elon Musk were friends even back in the day. Elon Musk got connections with him for his father, if I remember correctly. And also, what else? Like, I mean, just because they did then, I mean, are they still operations with it? You know what I mean? Like, does Peter Thiel still own it? Because I know Elon Musk don't. Let me delete that and get to your post an app weed dash. Vito. Sweet boy. Ooh, sweet little food. Hi, Jazzy. Hello. Just plops over there in a corner. Little goof. Goofy little thing. Whoa. Okay, well, alright, well. I love how YouTube's, like, app thing for all this is just going ever so swimmingly. For music background stuff, at least for right now. Will reacting to something for Cartoon Network cause a strike? Probably. Unfortunately, probably. And that's not something I'm not sure if I want to, like, completely... I mean, I don't know. If it's, like, a little clip, She's got sour stomach no matter what she eats and is developing fear of food. Huh. Do you know why? Like, is it possibly, like, some stomach bug? Or, like, if it's something that is still constantly being a problem, I would definitely, set an appointment up and get that checked out. Or, if anything, get it checked ASAP. Because, that's not good. But it could just be because she might actually have, like, some sort of a stomach bug, and, it's not making it so she can get food down. Another thing is possibly an ulcer. I mean, there's a few things that could probably, play a role in that. Or it could be something else, too. But at least those would maybe be my first two guesses. Like, is she feeling constantly sick, or is it just when she tries to eat? But it keeps getting worse. Oh, so it might be a pre-existing condition. So she might have some sort of a stomach disorder. Or, like, something. And if left untreated, it ends up, accelerating or getting worse. So I would check that up, dude. I would make sure. It's like 2 minutes. You've seen regular shows, so you probably recognize this one. Alright. Well, I'll give it a second. Not quite there for a react mood yet. Besides, I got some stuff myself. Oh, she gets better? Yeah, for real, dude. Oh. These two are just looking at me with just such conviction of like, please, give me attention or something. Or we always love kayaking. Which, I'll do one for tonight, but definitely at least chilling for a little bit before doing anything else for the day. Or for the rest of the night. Basically the last thing on the agenda for today. Makes your year all good, which they'll be fine. I remember the last time I saw a few coyotes. They'll make you limb out. Pedocon theory is real. I know it is. I mean, I got a couple things I wanted to check out. There's like this Kyle video that I was kind of listening to for a second, but I decided to say, fuck it, I'll just like react to it later. And it was about Trump having a Cornpop moment. And I thought it obviously would be a very interesting thing to check out. And also there was another thing that, as much as I, sometimes meme about him, it's a Voosh clip. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's about like this kind of, like broader censorship kind of takeover that's been going on. And I think it would definitely be very interesting to at least check out and, explore more of, because I've been kind of paying attention to it a little bit, and it's kind of fucking freaky, to be honest. It's definitely no bueno, that's for sure. And, Logan's trying to call me, goddammit. Well, I'll just let that ring. You should assume that I'm probably doing a stream by now. I was meaning to call him when I got back here, but I was like, damn it. TJ's cat, still we have to see that rotten pumpkin fuck. I wish. Also, I'll also show you this clip to introduce you to a new content creator I found. Well, can we not, like, spam links yet? Let's not do that, like, right off the bat. We should at least, wait a minute or two, you know what I'm saying? Let those two be there, but let's just wait a minute. Let's at least give us some time. Let my mind get ready and kind of decompress and all that shit. Might have a short later. I know you do. Fuck no. Oh my god. This is about to start becoming a bane for me. When I do these, I'm just literally going to get incessantly spammed or like reminded that there's like, oh, this. I will say, let's keep it at least someone, I don't know. Put in a piece in the fridge. Yeah, I was actually wondering what you wanted me to do with that stuff, Logan, because I know that there are still like a couple pizzas in the fridge that are still okay. But yeah, not the link before, something new. Well, I know. You know what? Here, what's my charge on this? Not enough to bring you guys over. Well, here. Well, just let me do this real quick, because that is something I want to do. Because I wanted to figure that one out. Took a little organization effort there for a minute, but got it all down. Almost threw a pizza on the roof. Oh, I'm sure you did. Because you're all angry at your wife, huh? Pizza Roof sounds like a Thailand parody. Fiddler on the Roof. It's a Breaking Bad reference. You got more pizza pop coming on my... Oh my god. Of course there's going to be more. Sat on my pizza on his face. Sat on my pizza... Wait, what? Oh my god. Oh, little Jazzy, he's so cute. Of course, Vito gets up to come over here and say, "Oh, Jazzy's so cute," and Vito's like, "What about me?" Aww. Too bad, so sad, little Vito boy. Goofy little Doge. Oh my god, my fucking nose, bro. Oh my god. Well, I guess this will be a good time to check out some things for a react, right? Might as well see if at least this wants to work for the screen at least. Let's make sure. Yay! Whoa! Now where to go? There it is. It's a sing-along. We're doing a little sing-along here, there, sir. Every once in a while, the pizza man's got to defy his maker. Well, of course. Oh, of course. But we got a little sing-along here, huh?
We sing the songs. We do it all the time. We sing them careful to make sure that they rhyme. Most of the time. All of the time, rhyme. Psychically linked in. I know how you're thinking.
Okay, I don't want to play it for too long. It's longer than I thought. I know you said 2 minutes, but I'm just like, HBO Max, regular show, everything else around it all. You know what I mean? It's like, It makes me think, copyright issue. Yeah, like, I don't want to, like, not, but you know what I mean? I do like it, though, because it is a regular show. But, what's this? Oh, dude, I've followed this guy for quite a while, dog. See how I've been subscribed, Hyperion. Skip around. Well, oh, man. Oh, God damn it, now you're making me do that. Alright. It's like, here, check out this new guy I found. I'm like, bro, I've been following him for a minute.
We're the first ones singing on the streets. But then this other dude shows up stealing our beat.
Or going up here because this is the most played.
Mess with us and you'll never win. Cause you're nothing without your lane. Boombox. You're nothing without your lane. Boombox. Boombox. Boom. Boombox. Boom. Boombox. Boom. Boombox. Boom. You want a remix? Well, remix this.
Damn. Obliteration. Fuck is that shit. It's a regular show. But that's all we're playing just because I don't want to get copyright struck. Reading scripts for the show must have been wild. Mordecai Rigby then engaged in rap battle with Silverman copying him as an initiated by a guy who looks like Uncle Sam except without a beard and really long legs who wears Speedo. As the rap battle goes on, aura of light appears around Mordecai and Rigby. Resonator that shoots lasers Silver man's boombox, causing it to blow up and thus turn into a mime. Dude, yeah, I guarantee you that the creators of the show were probably microdosing acid 24/7 during the script writing time. You know what I mean? You haven't reacted to Logical Leftist, so pardon me for not knowing. Well, yeah, I haven't, because, like, I'll watch them occasionally, especially when it pops up. But to be fair, though, most of the stuff he usually reacts to is mostly like shit that's already been reported on others, you know, or other people that I follow. So it's kind of like I already know this information, a little redundant to hear it again, you know, at least, you know. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the main reason why, but sometimes I'll find it first for him and I'm like, okay. You know, so. But I think I actually kind of know about this, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I know a little bit about this. Guys like the candy genius. Well, since it's short, we'll look at this first.
It's officially day 20 of bringing my chocolate company back to life, and today's flavor, strawberries and cream savers. Would I try this?
Fuck me, yes.
Again? No. Today I'm using vanilla almond bark to make this candy bar, and to keep up with that artificial kind of taste. And make fun of me all you want for using almond bark, but do you actually know how expensive Kuvicha chocolate is? You go and buy it yourself. I swirled in some strawberry chocolate to get that marbling effect, and I poured it into the molds. For the filling, you guessed it right, we are crushing up some strawberry and cream savers and adding some heavy whipping cream on top to melt it down faster when we put this on the stove. Now I'm pouring that hot strawberries and heavy cream on top of some white chocolate, a little bit of butter, and some strawberry flavoring. So
I like how a little bit of butter is just a nice fat cube of butter.
Strawberries and cream ganache and a regular white chocolate ganache, which I'm going to swirl together so that it has a nice contrast inside the candy bar when we cut it open.
Oh my god, dude.
Finally, I'm capping these strawberry and cream savers candy bars off before putting them in the refrigerator to set up faster. Somebody asked me why I don't show the back of the bars, and I didn't think anybody would be interested, but here you go.
I mean, the back of the bars, why would that matter? I mean, of course they're going to be flat with a little bit of, like, think about it with any other bar, you know? Like any other chocolate bar. Like, what the fuck do you expect?
Forget to follow Christian Paul chocolate.
Oh my god. Can I just, like, eat that, like, right the fuck now? And can I have, like, all of his stock of this immediately, please, by the way? This is actually, like, I like chocolate, and I love strawberries and cream flavored just anything. And strawberries and cream, just anything. And I'm not going to lie, dog. This is, like, how I lose all my teeth, and I just get, like, concrete levels of plaque, cavities on every tooth. Like, nah, dog. This is a bad fucking nightmare for any dentist for me. And I'm trying to get back on my shit, to be frank. Because I kind of slacked there for a while, and I'm kind of starting to feel the repercussions. I'm like, oh god, no, that's not good. So I'm just like, fuck, I'm trying to avoid shit like this, and now you're sending me that? It's like, no. Fuck me. I should have given a warning before linking such hardcore. I know, dude. I mean, seriously, man. Come on now. Hope Hyperion ain't too triggered that I haven't, like, you know, reacted yet, but it's like, come on. I had to at least check that out, because that looked fucking banging.
A Trump voting MAGA guy.
Funny enough, this guy used to be called TYT Sports, because I think, you know, when he used to be a part, because this guy used to be a part of TYT, funny enough, and, like, he, you know, pretty much was, like, kind of more of a, somewhat of a sports side of things for a while, but then he kind of eventually just kind of made his own show out of it, and then ended his contract TIT, and now basically does this. So he's like evolved into doing, you know, his show like into a rebrand over the years.
Who said that his vote for Trump in the 2024 election was to fight child trafficking, is now being charged with 10 counts of possession of child sexual abuse imagery. Oh, because of course.
You know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. How much you want to bet? Because this has been made as a fucking excuse, as a defense before. Oh, I have it so I could track the perpetrators of that content, you know, because it's a way for me to, like, honeypot them in to, like, you know, catching them as a vigilante or whatever, you know? Like, they're trying to do some vigilante shit or something. You know what I mean? Because I've unironically have seen this type of shit before as an excuse. I'm not saying it's with this guy, but, you know, I don't know what his defense is about any of this shit, if we even know if he has one or if he's, you know, said one or not. But it's just like, I guarantee you that is likely a defense. By the way, it doesn't work regardless. Unless you're, like, deputized with the law enforcement or something, and they are, like, you know, using you as a part of their investigation. But beyond that, it's, like, it don't mean shit, Jack. And even then, you know, it's, you know, like, probably not. So it's like, come on, dog. Oh, speaking of dog, she dreaming. Oh, she is out and dreaming. So cute. With a face like that, he was definitely wanking it. Oh my god, dude. Look at, what is this chin, my guy? I just, I didn't even think to look at him that detailed and like that, like, immensely until you said that. And look at, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. Cum stain of a beard. Not even that, bro. This particular weird jaw thing. What happened? What is this? What are these weird little turkey global globbles going? Like, oh my god, dude. I thought he had a cigarette in his mouth. Honestly, that would give him some respectability points if he, during his mugshot, still had a cigarette in his mouth defiantly.
Of course. It's always these people.
Let's not give him that much credence here.
Scott Susek of Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, was arrested on July 24th and accused of accessing hundreds of images of children being sexually abused through a file sharing system. In this case, apparently P2P means pedo to pedo. Instead of peer-to-peer. In a Facebook post last October, Susek listed 24 reasons why he planned to vote for Donald Trump. One of them was, I'm voting to fight against human/child trafficking. He added later in the post that he was not just voting for himself, but also for my children and my grandchildren.
Which, he's probably either has diddled or has attempted to diddle.
Of course. Yeah.
Yep. Of course. Yep. Dude, these motherfuckers are such weirdo freaks. And honestly, what's kind of sad but is true is that when it comes to, like, a lot of conservatives, like, I mean, they will excuse this fucking behavior in their fucking families and shit. I'm not even joking. And honestly, it's not because of any nefarious reason necessarily. A lot of it's because they think it will bring some shame to the family name thing and it'll embarrass everybody else. And then everyone in the church and community will look at the rest of them like they're wrong and all this other shit because of the sins of, the pedo kind of thing. So even if they do know about it, they just try to hush it, even within themselves to be like, well, as long as he's not trying to penetrate this and that, then, like, I'm not even joking. Like, some people will legit be kind of complicit, or at least just be hush-hush about it in a sense of just, being complicit indirectly. It's kind of common in the Deep South. Yeah, it is. I mean, Hyperion knows. I mean, like, luckily my family is not, like, that type of folks, like, I mean, because none of them have, at least as far as I'm aware, none of them are like that, and none of them are even remotely close, to even resembling said behavior, despite being, Christian conservative types and shit, and with my family down south, they're definitely not like this, that's for fucking sure. Hey! Marcus is probably home, maybe. Hey, shh! Hey, no. Shut, Vito. Vito. Come on now. Come on now, boy. Great. Yeah. That's what happens. And it's, like Hyperion said, and even, like I'm saying, it's way more common than you fucking think. That's why, more often than not, you hear about pastors, like adult youth, pastors, families, especially that sometimes are within churches and shit. Like, it is genuinely, like, it's generally some wild shit when it comes to, like, how, like, how deep some of this goes. And like I said, man, like, some of it isn't even necessarily nefarious. It's just a lot of it's just that it's this weird sense of embarrassment and shame from the family, and they don't want it to come to light despite the abuse and trauma that comes from bottling it up. There still will be, despite, but at least it could be easier to overcome it and at least, handle that trauma. when you have to bottle up your whole fucking life because Uncle Jim Bob fucking junior bitch boy over there wanted to diddle you at 4 years old, and you can never go to anyone for it, what the fuck do you think is going to do to your psyche? And it makes it look like it's acceptable. So, and this is actually also a fact too, people that tend to be pedophiles usually are also victims of pedophilia themselves because of sometimes this reciprocal fucking thing I'm talking about. Not all the time, but there is a link and a pattern to that. I'm not fucking kidding. Because of that shit. They internalize it, in a way to where they justify it as almost like an okay thing, and they become ones themselves. And it's unfortunate and it's horrible and disgusting and sucks, but that is just kind of the truth about it sometimes. And it's horrible. That's why, there needs to be more of an advocacy to make sure that, children know about sex ed, at least, at an appropriate age, especially when to say no and stuff like that, and know their own bodies. But also, to know it's okay to talk to an adult about things where they feel like they're uncomfortable about certain things, whether it's because of a family member, friends, or some other adult, like the stranger danger shit, it's like whatever happened to that? It's like, but a lot of conservative mindsets, it's never usually like that. It's always usually like just toughen it up and get over it. What is Logan doing? He's just spamming emojis. At me, softened dog sent off mind wave. Yeah, you're okay. So it's bizarre. So bizarre because wouldn't it bring way more shame to family if people found out they're letting their kids? Yeah, it would. And that's kind of the shitty and disgusting thing about it too. And the horrible, negative and fucked up mentality that brings. You knew your kid was being molested and you ignored it. Good fucking shit stains. Well, sometimes it's not that like they even really knew about it. It's that they ignored their child or the child in that family being abused. Like, it could also be that too. Being like, oh, uncle will never do that. Or, oh, your dad will never be like that. Like, just immediately just denying it even happened in the first place. I mean, sometimes, it's not even the fact they knew about it. It's just that they don't even bother to even acknowledge, the child when it comes to that type of shit to even understand that's happening in the first place. Is it random, though? I don't know. I don't read modern-day hieroglyphics unless it's very specific. I forgot which rapper said this, but one said it's okay Trump got some 15 because her parents got together when her mom was 15, her dad was like 30. That doesn't, it's too wrong, like, two wrongs don't make a right, And also, that's, like, kind of the reason why the ideas of traditionalism are kind of backwards in a lot of ways and fucked, because technically it was traditional back then for, men, to marry, especially organized marriages, where the woman especially had no fucking voice in the matter, where it's not even that they're a woman, they're like a teenage girl at like 14, 13, 15, sometimes even younger than that, in some weird-ass arranged marriage fucking thing, and then the man, it's like, at youngest, maybe like 23 or 24, but usually probably like 20, 29, 30 or something, or even older than that. It's just like, what? That was tradition back in the day, but does that make it right? Fuck no, it don't. It's disgusting as fucked. The only, the only things, or the only people that 15-year-olds should be dating are like 15 and 16-year-olds, like their own peers. They shouldn't be anywhere beyond that. Once you're a legal adult, when it comes to like older age, and you're 18 or 19 or whatever, then up to you, I guess. But at least, before then, it's like, fuck that shit. There needs to be a strong line saying that type of stuff. Outside of maybe like an Oregon-style Romeo and Juliet law, like the 3 years difference thing, where like, a senior who's 18 or 19, graduates and is like a girlfriend, and his girlfriend is like a junior, and it's like 17 or something, outside of maybe like circumstances like that, there should be a strong line in the sand, about shit like this. Even if there's a possibility of a suspicion of it. So if this is between arranged and forced marriage, from what I hear, arranged just involves two people sitting in a marriage, whereas forced, they don't get a say. Well, most of the time, what is the difference? Because most arranged marriages usually are forced. Now, I guess you can make an argument, especially if, like, the medieval Renaissance, like, where there was monarchies and shit, is still very predominant. Like, I mean, yeah, like, maybe there were, like, prince and a princess that actually were kind of smitten, and there's already kind of a good diplomatic tie with those two monarchies and nation states or whatever, so they marry. So that shit certainly has happened, and they are arranged, but there's still at least, like, like something else besides the fact that it's just some politically arranged thing, so, like, I mean, it's not like it doesn't happen, but let's just be honest, though, like, more often than not, an arranged marriage tends to be forced. Not every arranged marriage is, but, like, every forced marriage, I feel like, tends to be an arranged marriage. Of one way, shape, or form. It's just the extreme end of the spectrum of it. Because terms get used interchangeably, but they mean very different things. Yeah, I know, but like I said, like, I feel like, not every arranged marriage is a forced one, but I feel like every forced one is an arranged one. I mean, because by its definition, a forced one is arranged. It's just, it is an arranged marriage. It just is one done by force, where there isn't a say. At least an arranged one, there could be at least some variation of a negotiation. And usually there is. But, like I said, not all the time. Like, if it's married, this person will throw you out, that's forced. But if it's like, hey, this guy might make a good husband for you, and a woman agrees, that's arranged. Well, yeah. And that type of shit still happens to this day. Where it's like, two families are like, it's kind of the stereotype of, like, the high school sweetheart, right? Like, you grew up, and you found this kind of cute girl in high school, and then your two families met, and you've always been together, and also this is where the Romeo and Juliet law could or could not apply as well. But, like, the families love each other, like each other, basically are, like, friends at this point. You two are, like, close enough to the point where it's like, might as well marry at that point, and both families are like, yeah, might as well, blah, blah, blah. Then, I mean, it's basically like an arranged thing, but it's all done in a mutual benefit, because, like, hey, you two have been together for so long already, and there has rarely ever been issues, because you all just are like two peas in a pod, and both the families like each other for the most part and stuff and everything, outside maybe the weird uncle or whatever, But, beyond that, like, it's like, hey, at that point, I don't even see anything wrong with it at that rate. Because I think, the whole broader idea of an arranged marriage is definitely a spectrum. It's just one that I definitely feel a little weird about, unless it's just, like, given certain circumstances like that. And honestly, it can even be for some friends, too. Maybe, like, friends being like, hey, that girl over there, I know she's been eyeing you a little. Go fucking talk to her, man. And then one thing leads to another, give it a few months, maybe a couple years, and eventually y'all get married, especially because their friends and your friends are kind of egging each other on because y'all work out and stuff. I mean, there's definitely elements, especially about, like, societally, where there definitely are, like, factors where things can, maybe not directly, but maybe, like, indirectly have an arrangement because of various factors, right? But, I mean, like I said, if anything, that's a good thing, and at least in those cases, because, like, hey, if y'all work, then why not just seal the deal, instead of, letting it fizzle out because of whatever fucking reason, like, take advantage while you can with that. I mean, so I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, it can have its moments, for sure. Because, I mean, all in all, like, I definitely, have been dogging on it, but, I mean, it can have its moments. Apropos nothing, but I'm working on the Hardee's Carl's Jr. creepypasta. Nice. For me, it would be Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. I'm sure for you it's the other way around. Like if it's married as well, or that. I know there was something at Hyperion. Yeah, there it is. Also, I don't know if when you watch covered this, but an evangelical group has managed to get a case in the Supreme Court to with the objective of overturning gay marriage, and it looks like it's gonna go. Hasn't that already been in the works for a while? Because I know the Supreme Court already wants to go to over Bigelow v. Hodges or whatever that like gay marriage case is. The 2013 gay marriage law. Like the Supreme Court already wants to go, challenge that. Or at least that's a part of their objectives. So you have like a nonprofit evangelical right-wing political organization that is trying to encourage them to do what they already are planning on doing. This cultivation of that. I mean, this, like I said, Supreme Court already wants to do that. They took up the case. So the Supreme Court is basically following through with what they want to do. They already said, like they've already have opened, at least especially if you listen to a few of them, when it comes to like, some articles, when you read about what their agenda is, they've been talking about this for a while. Like, I mean, I'm not honestly that shocked because they've been talking about this for a while. I mean, a nonprofit organization, pushing and encouraging them to maybe accelerate that. That sucks, but they were going to do this anyway. I mean, it was only a matter of time, just given how the Supreme Court is. Like, it's only until like we actually get a Democrat with some balls to like stuff the Supreme Court to where that far right, a majority as this now becomes a meaningless minority. Then at this rate, like when it comes to anything related to the Supreme Court, don't expect anything good. I mean, as it stands now, like, I mean, there's nothing you can really do when it comes to the Supreme Court factor. Like, the judicial branch, like, you're kind of shit out of luck. What it is what it is. You can't vote. You can protest it, but that's it. And even then, you could just basically bitch as loud as possible about it and hope something comes from that, Like, but as it stands now, I mean, I hate to say, but it's like one of those things where you can't get super worked up outside of just like figure out, contingency plans when it comes to those problems and when they arise. And also, just helping, especially at least in this case, the queer and gay community when it comes to, coping and also dealing and overcoming this. Because also there's going to be plenty of states that in their own constitutions or even via legislation have codified gay marriage on their own. So it's not like it absolutely nullifies it all, but for the states that haven't, it does. So it's like, it's just a matter of just, at least in your states, locally, or countywide or whatever, like, just trying to protect it there as much as possible. And if there's at least one thing I can give Oregon, is that I guess we don't have much to worry about that because it is even ingrained in our Constitution here. So, I mean, it probably won't severely impact us, but it probably would, unfortunately, probably cause some problems here and there for some people, which would suck, but it's probably going to predominantly go to the local, judge, and chances are they're going to enforce the, queer couple more so than the business. When it comes to things like marriages and shit. And plus, the state will do them anyway. So, I mean, it's shitty and it's fucked, but, so is pretty much everything about this regime. Like, I hate to just, like, kind of have, like, such a nonchalant, like, kind of take about it, but it's just, like, it's more about, like, what to do with it, It's like, it's just now, it literally is just one thing after another with this fucking administration. It's just about, like, what do you do, Like, I mean, adding on to more of the bullshit that they're doing, which, hey, no wrong with paying attention to this shit. Like, well, we're, even reacting to this is a part of that. Like, and some of the stuff we're going to look at later, at least, or at least, what we can. It's like, it's just, all of it is, like, ultimately it's about what the fuck do you do about it. And some of it, sad as it is, you can't really do much outside just about bitch and moan and complain about as much as you can. Whether online, in person, in your community, it's, just try to bring as much awareness to the problem as possible and hope people, do the same, I guess, at least when it comes to certain issues. There are plenty that you can definitely do some proactive shit. I know it's not for Android yet, but I know if anyone has an Apple phone, there is a app. I think it's called Ice Block, and it's an app that is specifically meant to like report ICE agents in different areas in your in cities and in places that have had ICE agents try to fucking kidnap and snipe people and shit, right? Like, so it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, if I can and once it's available, I'll get the app, because there was certainly one time for sure where ICE was here in my area, and funny enough, late at night too. Well, not funny, actually. That's even more fucking freaky. The fact of doing it in the middle of the fucking night after we left the bar. So, weird and freaky. So, I mean, it's like, and shit like that definitely needs to be reported, because the people that are at least aware about that, or at least, especially those that really need it when they need to hide from ICE and, like, make sure they don't fuck them up, when it comes to, like, their background, especially, unfortunately, when they're brown. Like, yeah, like, that's a necessity for them to know and to have. Because who knows, like, if ICE is going to, like, tackle them up, even if they're just, like, a native-born American citizen. Like, because it's already been happening for not just, native-born American citizens of various different backgrounds, but indigenous people even, like First Nation peoples here in North America, in the U.S., like, it's been happening to various different fucking people outside just illegals. It's fucking wild, like, what these fucking Gestapo, Stasi-ass fucking Nazi freaks have been doing. And this isn't the only thing when it comes to this fucking fascist state shit, by the way. I mean, we'll get more into it later, but at least, with enough of our tangents, I suppose. Well, I guess I'll read this last comment, and then cut down on our tangent and then continue with the video at least, and then check out a few other things. And so we definitely got some more shit on the roster. Like I said, I want to try to put a rule in, not rant for too long. The rumbling said Trump is going to unleash DEA on the blue states weed markets. I really love to see him try. Because the first few instances of that shit happening in any of these legal states, like, and that news breaks out, holy fuck. It might start off as protests, but especially if Trump wants to sick out the feds over shit like this, there unironically be fucking riots, and I'll tell you this much, I'll be there for it. And also, we have more weed than even the fucking feds would know what to do with. Like, you don't think that these weed legal states, especially places like Oregon and shit, where they have, like, more weed than fucking anything? It's just like, I will shit you not, bro. We will buy it all up before they come in and snatch it up. They can't close down every goddamn dispensary. And you know what? The ones that are still open are going to be so fucking busy, making hella fucking money. It didn't be like, having a van ready to go. Just see how once, the feds come in, they just yeet. So it's just like, I'm just saying. Like, how things are going to be around here, we ain't going to be fucking complying. That's for fucking sure. People have made their livelihoods and businesses and, like, have made proper, legitimate, like, franchises even off of this shit. Like, they can't just kill a straight, full legal market, not just in Oregon, but not in the entire West Coast, but, for, like, half of the fucking country. We're talking about half of the country here. Like, over half of the fucking United States is either recreationally or medically legal, where you can walk in a dispensary with an ID, or if it's medically legal, with a medical card, and buy weed, however much the legal limit is, and then walk right the fuck out with no repercussions. And they want to fuck with that? Even MAGA chuds like their weed. Sorry, but that is true. I've seen, like, I think even Andrew Callahan, when he's, like, interviewed a few of them, like, you'll see him, like, rap sometimes and then smoke some weed and just be weirdos and redneck dorks, whatever the fuck, but yet, hey, like, they like their weed too. I know plenty of people that are MAGA types that smoke weed as well, or at least very much don't give a fuck about it being legal. They're like, that's fine, whatever. Just make sure it's regulated, and it goes into make sure that people don't be doing dumb stuff and blah blah blah. Yeah, like most and even if they have like some reservations with it, they're not for like full on criminalization. They understand the medical/mental health aspect about like how weed is. Like they don't see the reason to lock people up for it. Maybe dealers, but even then, I'd be like, you realize that like most people, even that I know, are just average Joes that have a day job, but they just do that for side cheddar because they just happen to grow it, and they also do it probably predominantly for their parents or for somebody that is a medical patient that they know. And yeah, like there's various different reasons as to why, and I know plenty of people that literally have it for the medicinal factor because they have a family member that needs it, and they're the ones who make it good and helps their family. Or helps their family members shit. And what, you're gonna bust him because he's quote unquote, or she is a quote unquote dealer? It's like, fuck that. Just because they make a little side cheddar with their friends or whatever, because they might buy an ounce of some of the, side shit that they, harvested from all that, outside. Like, who cares? I mean, like, at this point, it shouldn't even fucking matter. At the end of the day, it's just a goddamn plant. I mean, when it comes to shit like that, I mean, even there should be a regulation on it. Just let it be legal. It's a fucking plant. They're doing the kratom right now. Kratom too? There's nothing wrong with kratom. I've tried it before. Like, depending on what kratom strain you get, it either makes you kind of sleepy and a little, like, laid back and chill, or it just, like, really makes your brain, like, hyperactive. Like, in a sense where it's like a caffeine boost, but without all the caffeine shit involved with it. You know what I mean? Like, what? Why? That's also a plant. And Poppy, are you fucking... Oh my god, can we not? Alright. I'm actually starting to get a little like, what the fuck now? We haven't even getting far into this video, and we're getting too far into... Alright, I'm sorry, but this is actually like, what the fuck, a little bit. I'm not even lying. Oh, really? We're having this now, too? Go fuck yourself, too, Streamlabs. I was about to say, that actually worked, but no, it didn't. God fucking damn it. You know what? I don't even care. You know what? Fine. Do your shit, asshole. Pop up and be a dipshit. See, this is why we ranted for too long, because I feel like as long as I do shit like this and actually keep thinking, I feel like it stays a while, but nope. I still haven't figured out how to fix that, by the way. It probably will take a while. Eventually, I'll figure it out, but everyone's going to wait until the midterms 2028 election, nothing more. Well, I don't know, man. Well, I mean, realistically, I agree with you, but as it stands now, man, I'm kind of been on the philosophy of like anything is kind of possible at this point, and I still kind of stand on that. Anything's possible. Like, yeah, that chances are realistically that's going to happen and be the case, but considering some of the shift of certain elements about our politics right now because of the current administration and because of current affairs, I don't know. Anything's possible. As Joe Rogan once said, anything is entirely possible. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I won't necessarily get your hopes up entirely, but, for when the good news comes out, hold that in and just hope that it keeps going, Because it's been happening. They just, especially when it comes to media, it just doesn't like to be reported on as often. But it's happening. Is this fucking bowl seriously that... Can we, fucking not, please? I guess it really... Jesus. There we go. Ah! Bah humbug. Anyway, well, we'll just let this play while I do this.
Yeah. Now, before that Facebook account was deleted, he also had posted consistently pro-Trump memes, as well as one accusing Joe Biden of groping kids. And there it is. Another case of an accusation being a confession. Now, also, in April of this year, he had posted a rant about America being, quote, reclaimed, and warned that there was a slow, methodical storm rolling in from every side. There you go. The deep state is in free fall. Their networks are fracturing. Intelligence, finance, tech, media, all bleeding from every joint. Look, that's ridiculous, right? That storm, by
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right, I think we're okay now. I have an idea though to kind of keep this phone a little cool. There it is. So I'm gonna use my phone case, kind of keep it a little up, while I keep my phone rested on an icy glass of Neil water. But it's honestly not as working as I thought. Well, I guess it is a little bit. Hi, Jazzy. Hi. Probably. So, I'm found it, Reddit thread, regarding that? Okay, cool. Well, actually, send that to me on Discord, and I'll figure that out later. Because I will worry about it later, because it won't happen, at least from what I could tell, at least for another hour. So I think we should be okay. At least when it comes to trying to do it via YouTube with shares and stuff. But anyway. You want to do your thing?
Power on.
Thank you.
Bluetooth.
So what does the CIA handler have to say? Move on to a different video. Oh god, okay. We're gonna have to figure something. You know what? Hold on. Because I'm trying to make sure that we figured this out in the proper manner. Actually, hold on, I think. YouTube on a PC. But I'm on mobile, so... Oh, because I need to have the log... Well, I should be able to do that via YouTube Creator Studio on this app or on the account. Like, I should be able to do it on mobile too, so... I should be able to follow the same settings and shit and get to the same result on mobile as well. I know a handler is Stan Smith. Nah, you would think he would be, but no, it's Picard, actually. It's Stuart. It's his boss. Add more Google search YouTube permission set phone that Puso asked one about setting up on minimum web app and it worked. Okay. So I just need to make sure I have permission set, So, okay, I should be able to figure that out even with, like, my account settings. It's probably something for there. So, okay. I think I know what to do with that. But anyway, actually, let's take this off for a second because we don't need it all right now. I like how it was at, like, 30-something%, but now it's at 17%. It's like, man, I used to have a nice... fast charger, and now I don't have one anymore. It's like, motherfucker, dude. To be fair, though, when that overheat shit happened, it was, like, at that percent. So, it's just been maintained in that sense. Honestly, I guess we'll just have to eyeball that while I'm doing this, I suppose, because if it does for some reason keep going down, then that, one, will be a problem, and two, maybe cut this short, unfortunately, at least in the meantime. Well, I don't know, unless... Actually, here, hold on. I still have the block port here. Here, you know what? Let me try off the other cord, because I think this one's technically the fast one, I think. I don't even know, dude. I don't know which one would be the fast one or not, because they're... I don't know, both fucking weird, but whatever. Do this. Oh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, shut up. There we go. Here, is this helping him? It is actually funny enough helping with this ice, but I feel like I need to move my phone a little bit every now and then because one side is a little bit more harder than the other because of it. I'm just like, I need like 2 of these. It is helping though, funny enough. I'm just trying to like make it so it maximizes with like its cold residue. But anyway, we got things figured out, so we're all good. Let's kind of get back to our biz. Let's just hope that our phone doesn't act fucking stupid and shit. And actually, I just realized this was the charger. That's the fast one because it's giving me a different logo, which means it is a fast charger. Or at least a fast charging port. Which good. I like that, Holmes. Anyway. Had a better man, talk to you later. Nah. Alright. Yeah, have a good one, bud. Here. Get this going. Bada bing, bada boom, 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 bing. Anywho, let's try to find that one video I wanted to at least look at. The first thing in the title, right? To kind of do a quick little react. I mean, I think we kind of at least said ultimately what I had to say. I mean, you know, outside stereotypical shit when it comes to those motherfuckers, you know. So, let's see here. Where did we go? Just gotta go back and find it. Should be... It's not that one. Oh, wait. Did I skip it? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley. Just to make sure that this thing does its thing right. Nope. Not that. Yep. That. Yep. 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 Right now. And I will say, it will be a boosh, but alas, ultimately, it shouldn't take away from the broader topic at hand. Little jazz. We have a little Jazzy as a guest, and she's just a chunky, sweet brain. Little sweetie poo. You know, your little brother is so red with his underfur in comparison to you and your brother. Y'all got gray furs. He has red fur. Like, I've also noticed that with Zukov lately, like, as he's matured, you know, before we get into this entirely, like, his undercoat is a really thick red now. Like, it used to be kind of gray like these two, but now it's like a red. And I'm just like, where did that come from? He really has got some, like, recessive genes that even Jazzy doesn't have as much. Jazzy has a little red here and there. Because I could find some every now and then when I do that to her. Like, you know, kind of go against the grain. But she even has, like, white furs all over her. But Zukov, though, not him. He has a few white patches here and there, but it's the other way around with him. He has, like, a red undercoat mostly through and through. I will admit, it's just so damn cute. It's so adorable. It just makes him even more special. But you are special, too. All 3 of you are special. You little lazy bane, but anyhow, let's get right to it. Also do that, too. While we're at it.
YouTube is rolling out age verification.
Oh, this is actually helping. Nice.
Yeah, AI-derived age verifications. Crazy stuff, huh? Labor.
Oop. Ah! That's... Oh, because I guess it doesn't want to do that like I was trying to make it do. So we can look at the headline. Because after the UK, online verification is landing in the EU. And also in Australia too, by the way. And this is also what has been kind of leading up to some of this bullshit right now as well. Like, when it comes to a lot of this, like, you know, newer surveillance state censorship shit that I've been paying attention to. Because the UK has pretty much kind of started setting this precedent. They want to do, like, this age verificational ID bullshit where it basically, third parties are the ones who are, pretty much in charge of handling that type of shit. And thus, sells that information and data to, well, fuck me, who knows, basically. But the thing is, and especially the problem is, that could be like the landlord that you're renting to, that could be your boss for employment or future employers. Like, it could be a number of motherfuckers. So, like, anything from like a tweet to what you like to jerk off to like, even as something as benign as like what your favorite like gaming channels are or whatever, or what your games, your favorite games are and shit. Like, all of that is now under scrutiny. Over on the virtue of protecting the children. Because that's literally the whole excuse for it. And I'm sorry, but this is like one of those times where I feel like this is kind of merited to say it on, at least to a certain metric, but sorry, but fucking kids. Like, I mean, it's not my fault that their parents and our system has failed to properly address, the very laissez-faire accessibility that children have to the internet. But why should all of us have to suffer for that? Especially for someone like me as a content creator, because I noticed YouTube has been kind of somewhat minorly selecting, shit when it comes to like, this type of, rollout as well, because they are doing it too. I think in this video it is mentioned as well. So it's just like, this shit is just getting worse. I mean, like, straight up. And it's only a matter of time until it eventually just, comes to the point where, like, you just can't do anything private online. Doesn't matter where the fuck you go. Use a VPN show when you're from Germany. They can't ask you for your info. Well, at least Germany's got one thing right, but who knows? I mean, don't they have to abide by EU laws as well? Aren't they a part of the EU? So if the EU is also going to be doing this as well, wouldn't Germany also have to abide by EU law? And wouldn't that technically override their law on this?
Filling out age verifications in the U.S.? Yeah, AI-derived age verifications. Crazy stuff, huh? Labor really, really doesn't seem to like being in power. Often the case with liberals. Australia's also doing it. Yeah, well, they've always been a nanny state. Denmark, Greece, Spain.
If there's a will, there's a way. Of course there is. I mean, but the problem is, it's also just getting a little harder to do so. But also, like, I mean, we shouldn't have to, like, circumnavigate, what should just be easy access of, not just of these websites, but also of, like, free flow information on social media and the platforms that, for all intents and purposes, we do kind of take for granted. Like, we shouldn't have to be in that fucking position to have to circumnavigate just to access it.
First to test the technical solution. Technical solution. Phenomenal. And remember, always, 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 what they mean by age verification is, do you have a license to use the internet? It's
you have a license.
What it means is show your driver's license or whatever to the computer. And depending on how evil your country is, it will either go to the government, which is authoritarian, or it will be sent over to a private ID monitoring, third party, which is authoritarian and also like corporatist.
Or both. Like in America. Because, why not have one or the other when you can have the both of worst worlds?
Don't worry, they're looking to ban that too. Spotify will delete your account unless you...
You're just torrent it. Well, welcome to the world of piracy, baby. And that is coming back, too. The whole piracy philosophy is coming back.